this lesson I'm going to be showing you how to make this knitted hat. It's got a little border like that. Now it seems to curl up, but when you actually put it on, this doesn't curl up as much because we just crocheted a very fine border here. I've gone ahead and done it in 4 colors, 1, 2, 3, 4 different colors, which are very light in their change, but it's up to you. You can do this all in one color. Don't have to do it like that. I've just put these, I just crocheted this at the top. Once again, that's up to you if you want to do it. It looks great without it. It depends on what you want. Yeah, this you kind of need to know how to color work. I do show you a little bit, but it does help if you do know. But the thing here is, if you don't want to do this border, go ahead and just rib. Just do the amount of rows I did in rib. That will also be fine. And if you don't want to change colors, go ahead and do it all the same. It's a little bit tricky at the top here, sticking to your pattern and working in the round. I did mine all in the circular. I didn't change to pointed needles because I don't like to use them. I prefer to use this. But it's up to you. If you want to change over to pointed needles, you can. Now, to make it easier, if you don't want to continue the pattern where we start decreasing, you can just do it plain. Just plain knitting. Stop kind of where this pattern started maybe, or just stop with your pattern, you know, in a good spot. So you're not in the middle of anything, but, you know, maybe at the beginning of, in the middle of this one here, maybe you could stop your pattern and just do this plain or do it in stripes. It depends on how advanced you are, but those are different things that you can do. But yeah, otherwise it's not too hard. It's quite an easy pattern to follow if you're familiar with your stranded knitting. That's what it looks like on this side. And yeah, what I used was a size 6 needle, which is a 4mm in a metric size, or it's a 6 in the US, and it is a size 8 in the UK or in Canada. I used that. I did crochet this edging. You don't have to crochet it on, but it's going to roll up more, but it's up to you. And I crocheted this, so you don't have to, but if you do, it's a 2.25mm crochet hook, which is really small because I wanted this to be very thin on the hat. And in the circular needle, I used a 16-inch circular needle, but to do the top parts, I used a longer one. You want a longer one for when you're doing the less stitches. It does sound crazy, but that's what you need. So if you've got a 16-inch, you want to get a longer one as well. Then I used this yarn, which is the Sweet Delight Baby. It is a size 3, 3 light. So as long as you have a yarn that's a 3 light, this pattern would work. It doesn't have to be this one. It's the Baby B, which I got from Hobby Lobby. And it does say a 4mm knitting needle, which is the size 6, as I said. I used it in this color, which is called Mima's Blue. I used it in this purple, which is called, if I can find it, Grape Jelly. And I used it in violet, and I used it in the black. So, and I used it in this blue, Berry Jam. So I went from the lighter blue, darker blue, to this purple. So I went from this blue, to that blue, to the light purple, to this, and obviously the black. So yeah, that's really all that you need to know. And you need a sewing needle to sew your work in, but that's about all you need to know. So let's get started. Alright, so once you have got your stitches on, just get yourself a stitch marker. I've just made a quick one here. Be sure that your yarn is on your right hand side. Okay, this is the end of that one, so be sure it's on the right. Make sure all of your stitches are facing the same way. Be sure that all of these are facing inside. Otherwise you're going to have a problem if they're not facing the same way. So that's very important. And then you're going to start. You're going to do one round of just plain knit. So you're going to just start over here and knit. And Yeah, so that's an easy row. Just go all the way around, just knitting. And don't worry if you've got a bit of a gap here, because you can always sew it together. So do that, just knit one round, and then I will meet you for the next row. So go ahead and do that, and I will meet you back. Alright, so I've come to my marker again, and I have finished row 1. So I'm going to now start with round 2, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to just knit. So I just took my marker off from this side, I put it onto here, and you're going to just keep knitting. So for the next round, you're going to do the same thing, just one round of knit. So you can go ahead and do that, and then for the next round we're going to change it up a bit. So you should be starting your second round now. So you're doing 2 rounds just of plain knit. So I'll meet you back once I've done my second one, and I will meet you back now. Alright, so for our next round, be careful if you've got the same color. I'm going to change this. Because it gets a bit confusing. You could mix it up with your stitches. Either get a proper one or use a different little marker here. But anyway, so for your next round, we are going to start off by knitting 2 together. Okay, so you're going to just come to where these 2 stitches are. So these are that's my first, that's my second. Go into the 2 of them and knit them. That's knitting 2 together. So you do that, then you take the next 2, coming from this side, and knit that together. So your pattern is knit 2 together twice. Alright, now you're going to make one, and you're going to knit one 4 times. Okay, now to make one, there are different ways of making them, but for this pattern you're going to find the next 2 stitches, and you're going to come in between them, and there's a strand over there. You're going to knit that stitch. It's a little tricky, but just knit it. Alright, and then you're going to knit this stitch over here. Okay, and you do that 4 times. So now you come between the neck, these 2, you find this little strand, just like that. You're going to knit it, and then you're going to knit this first stitch. That's number 2. And remember, you want to do this 4 times. So I'm now going to go to this one. This is number 3. Whoops, pick up that one, knit it, and don't let that one come off your stitch. Knit this one, knit that, and don't make them too tight, and then come to this one, and you're going to knit, whoops, this first one. So how many times have I done that? That was number 3. Okay, then the last one, same thing. Come under this stitch, knit it, and then knit this first stitch. Okay, so you've done that 4 times. I just want you to be sure that you know where to go in between these 2 stitches. If you stretch them apart, you'll see in between them there's a thread over here. It's like a ladder that's going. So you stretch them apart. That's the little stitch over there that you want, right over here. So I just wanted to be sure, and then you just knit it, bring it through there, and then knit this one. Be careful not to get that stitch off. Okay, and then you do the same thing here. You find that little ladder in between the 2, right over there. That's what you want. I just wanted to be sure that, whoops, that you do know which one it is. Okay, so you've done that. Then for your next stitch, you're going to slip one. Just slip the next stitch. You're going to knit one, and you're going to pass this slip stitch over. You do that twice. Slip one, knit one, pass the slip stitch over. Okay, and that's your pattern stitch over here. Okay, so like I said, you're going to keep repeating that. So we're going to knit 2 together, and that was 2 times. Knit 2 together, knit 2 together, and then 4 times you're going to do this, where you go into these 2, knit, and then you're going to knit into that first one. That's number 1, and you do that 4 times. That's 1 time, just get under this stitch here, knit it, and then knit into this first one. That's 2 times, and same thing for number 3, knit into there, and number 4. And it in there, and then the next 2 stitches you slipped one, and don't pull this one off. Be very careful not to pull off the stitches that shouldn't be. Slip one, knit one, pass that slip stitch over, slip one, knit one, pass this slip stitch over. Okay, and that's what you're going to repeat, and you should be looking like this. The main thing here is to remember how many repeats you're doing. You don't want to do 3 by this making one instead of 4. You must do 4. So knit 2 together, knit 2 together 4 times, grab this one, whoops, so you're literally grabbing that there, knit it, knit this one, that's 1 time, and you can see there's the stitch in between the 2. You got your 2 stitches and there's a thread right in between them. Sometimes it's a little tricky to get it. Right over there, it's number 2, and I find if you hold it down, whoops, if you hold that there, you can get it through fairly easily. It's number 2, and then knit this one, and then this is number 3, knit that one, and number 4, grab that one, under, keep them fairly loose, and knit that one. Okay, and then it's slip one, knit one, pass the slip stitch over, slip one, knit one, pass the slip stitch over, and you're going to do that repeat round. So you can go ahead and do that. Just keep doing what I was doing there, and I will meet you back here. Alright, so you should finish off with slip stitch, knit one, pass slip stitch over, slip stitch, knit one, pass it over, and now you should be back at the beginning of your next round. Now, to have a break, we're just going to, whoops, so you should have done slip one, knit one, pass stitch over, slip one, knit one, pass stitch over for your last 2 stitches. So you should end, if you didn't end there, you've made a mistake somewhere and you're going to have to redo it. And if this stitch is too hard for you, just go ahead and rib or do garter stitch for the part that I'm doing. This is just if you want a bit of a fancy border, but you don't have to. Right, and then for this next round, we'll take a break and just knit. So I just want to be sure that this is where I can get it. Now, just knit. So this is a nice easy one. Just knit and be sure that you're knitting all the stitches. Be careful because some of them are a little bit tighter than others, and you want to be sure that you've got them all. Especially these where you made another stitch. Just be very careful there. But yeah, so go ahead, do that, knit this round, and I'll meet you back for the next one. And you should be looking like this. Alright, so now for our next round, this is also a pattern here. You're going to knit 2 together twice. So you're just going to find these 2 and you're going to knit these 2 together. Whoops, so that's 1. And this one, that's 2 together. 2 times. Then you're going to knit 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to slip 1, knit 1, pass the slip stitch over. 2 times. Slip 1, knit one, pass the slip stitch over. Okay, and that's what you're going to keep repeating. So this is a pretty simple step. Okay, so just so you can see the pattern again, you knit 2 together one time, 2 together the second time, then you're going to just knit 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to slip 1, knit 1, pass that slip stitch over, slip 1, knit 1, pass the slip stitch over, and you should be looking like this. It should be giving you a bit of a curve like that. Okay, so let me try to do it one more time. This isn't easy round. It's only that one round that's pretty tricky. So knit 2 together, knit 2 together, knit 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, slip 1, knit 1, pass the slip stitch over, slip 1, knit 1, pass the slip stitch over, and that's all that you do. So you can go ahead and do that, and I'll meet you for the next round. Alright, so that should also finish off perfectly. If you've got an extra stitch, you've done something wrong. Now for the next row, now you will see that you've dropped down to 80 stitches. You had 120 and you now have 80 stitches. So this is a problem for the rest of our pattern. So we've got to increase these next stitches. So what we're going to do is we're going to increase it all on this next row. So we need to increase 40 stitches. So what you're going to do is you're going to knit 1, and then you're going to make 1 here. So you're going to go in this side of the stitch, knit it, but don't take it off your needle. Come to the back of the stitch and knit again. And there you've just increased. And then you're going to knit 1, and then do the same thing. Knit 1, go to the back of the stitch, and increase. So it's knit 1, make 1, knit 1, make, be looking like that. So I'm going to knit 1, the next one I make 1, knit 1, go to the back, knit 1, knit 1. Okay, so you've knitted it, then there's the back of the stitch. You're going into that, and then you just knit 1. So it's knit 1, go into the back of that stitch, and knit 1. And that's all that you're going to do for this round. Knit 1, and there's the back of that stitch. See, there's your stitch, and it's right over there. Just bring your work around and come into it this way. Your needles are crossing like this, and knit it. So you're doing 2 knits in 1 stitch. That one's a little loose there, so I'm going to tighten it up a bit. And that's all that you do. So you can go ahead and do that. Knit 1, make 1, knit 1, make 1. And that should give you your 120 stitches again. So go ahead and do that, and I'll meet you on the next round. Okay, so once you have finished increasing, go ahead and do one more round of just plain knit. So you've got your right amount of stitches, 120. Go ahead and just do one round of plain knitting. And I'm going to do mine, and I'll meet you on the next round. Alright, so now we're going to begin with our color work, and I'm going to do each row with you just so you understand the pattern. And our pattern consists of 10 stitches with 12 repeats. So as long as you have your 10 stitches that you keep repeating, you'll be good. It's not a hard pattern to work. So to introduce my first color, I'm just going to take my yarn like this, and the first stitch is 1 black, and I'm going to just round it off like this and put this on and knit 1 black. Now as to how you knit in color work is alright. So it's 1 black and then 2 blue, 1, 2. I'm just going to do first row with you, and then I'll show you a little bit with the color work. And then it's 5 black, so 1, 2, and I'm going to carry my color, 3, 4 and 5 black, and then it's 2 blue, 1, 2 blue. Alright, now that's what you're going to keep repeating for your 10 stitches. 1 black, 2 blue, 5 black, 2 blue, and then you start again. 1 black, 2 blue, 5 black, and 2 blue. Alright, so that's for your first row. That's what you're going to keep repeating. Now, the way you do color work is going to be up to you as to how you want to hold your yarn. I like to hold one in the left and one in the right. It took a while for me to get used to it in the left hand, but once you've mastered it in the left hand, it's pretty good. It's a lot easier. You can do it in the one hand, but this is up to you. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to do it slowly with my left hand, then I'll do them both with one hand. I can't do both with the left hand. I mean, I can if I really had to try, but I'm not going to show you that method because I'm not too familiar with that. But I'll show you carry. Generally, you don't want to carry your yarn for longer than 3 to 4 stitches. You can carry it over 5, but I just prefer not to. That's why I just caught my yarn there. So now be careful. You don't want to pull this too hard, because if you pull it hard, it's going to crumple your work up like that and you're going to see it. The best is to stretch your stitches out and then do it like that. So then it's 1 black. So then you're not, even here, you don't want to stretch it out too much and you don't want to pull it too hard. You just want a nice, even, you get the hang of it as you go. You don't want it pulling and you don't want it to be too long, otherwise it's going to catch. So 1 black, then it's 2 blue. 1, 2. Now you've got to do 5 black, and you can see you're stretching over 2, so it's not too bad. When you have 3, you've got to be careful, more careful. Okay, so 1 black, 2 blue, now it's 5. So 1, 2. Now, you can, as I say, you can just carry your thread. Let me show you. That's 3, 4, and 5. Okay, now you can carry it. You can see that you could carry it all the way there. I wouldn't do more than 5, but you could do 5. And you'll see it's not too bad, but it is quite a long thread. I don't like it. So you've got to be very careful not to pull this too tight. If you do that, you're going to pucker your work, or if it's too loose, it's going to be too loose and you're going to have long threads hanging, which you don't want. So you can do it like that, and then you just stretch this out and then stretch it like that and then do your stitch. And you can see there, it'll go with your hat and it'll stretch out a little bit. Okay, so that's if you want to do it. I don't want to do mine like that. I prefer catching mine. And I catch it on that 3rd stitch. So, to catch your yarn, you want to keep one color on the top and one color on the bottom, if it makes any sense. So, I want to keep my purple always this side of the work, so at the top. So to carry, just lift this up over that needle, drape that one over, and then bring this one back. Okay, lift the thread and this over, put this over there, and then take that one back, and this is staying over here. Then you knit the black, and then you've just caught that stitch, and then you can knit another black. 4 and 5. Color work just takes a little bit of practice. Don't be intimidated by it though. See, and then I've just caught my yarn over here. Instead of dragging it, I've caught it. 5 and then 2 blue. 1, 2. And practice, practice is what's going to get you to where you want to be. With your color work, if this is your first time doing color work, don't worry if it's not perfect. It's one of those things you just, as I say, have to practice. So we had 1 black, 2 blue, 5 and 2 blue. So now it's 1 black. We do it just slowly. 1 black, 2 blue, and I just keep this thread down there. And then it's 5 black. Now I'll bring that one there. 1, 2, and I'm going to carry again. So I'm going to lift both of these over, put that there, and then take both of those back. So you're just bringing this over, thread and needle, and bringing it back. And then come in here, grab your thread, and just ignore this one. 4, whoops, and then 1 more. And then you can see if you need to pull this a little tight or not, just a little bit. Okay, whoops, and I've got my thread there. 5 and then 2 blue. 1, 2. Alright, now let me show you if you're doing it just in your one hand. I want to keep my purple yarn to be at the top of my work. So it's going to be 1 black. So I would just keep that one at the bottom like this. They're both in my hand just like this. I just grab them like this. Okay, 1 black. So keep the black at the bottom. 2 blue. Keep this one at the top. 1, 2 blue. Now we've got 5 in the black. So I'm going to keep that at the bottom. 1, 2. Now on the third one I want to do the same thing. So I'm going to bring all this up and I'm going to just put this one, that's as if it was up over there. Okay. And then catch my black and black and another black. Okay. And then you just keep going. And you've just caught your yarn the same one, then it's 2 blue. So whichever way you want to do it, whether you want to hold them both in the one hand or the other way, it's up to you. But yeah, that's just a real quick version on your color work, because this isn't a color work class. I'm just really showing you for your hat. But yeah, then you just got to get familiar with your holding your yarn. As I say, I hold mine like this, and then the black one over here. And yeah, whichever one, but just keep it the same way, you know, your purple on the top or your black at the bottom, however you want to do it. And yeah, so this is row 1, and then I'm going to finish my row 1, and then I'm going to come back and show you row 2. So I'm going to get mine done, and then I'll meet you back here and we will do row 2. So round 2, you remember that you must finish off with 2 blue at the end of round 1. So round 2 now is 1 blue, 1 black, 2 blue, 3 black, 1, 2, 3, and I'm carrying my yarn for the 3 black, and then 2 blue. So I want to stretch it out a bit. 1, 2 blue and 1 black. Okay, and that's what your next round consists of. So let's just round this up. So 1 blue, 1 black, 2 blue, 3 black, 1, 2, 3 black, 2 blue, and 1 black. And as I say, you need to finish off with 1 black, so when you get to the end you need to be done with the end of your pattern stitch, which is 2 blue and 1 black. So you can go ahead and do that round, do it all the way, as I say, finish off with your 1 black, and then I'll meet you and we'll do round. So round 3, be sure to have finished with your 1 black. If you haven't, then you've made a mistake somewhere, and you'd have to go back and just see where you made a mistake. Alright, so our next round is going to be 2 blues, 2 blue, 1 black, 2 blue, 1 black, 2 blue, 1 black, and 1 blue. That one's a little bit of a trickier one, so just keep your head with this one, because so this one is a little trickier, so just be careful as you go along. It's 2 blues, 2 blue, 1 black, 2 blue, 1 black, 2 blue, 1 black, and 1 blue. Whoops, 1 blue. And you can kind of see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You needed to end this one with 1 blue. So then it's 2 blue, 1 black, 2 blue, 1 black, 2 blue, 1 black, 1 blue. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So just be careful of that. Just be sure that you do have the correct amount of 2's versus 1. And yeah, so that is how you do round 3. Make sure that you finish round 3 with 1 black, 1 blue. And then I will meet you for round 4. Alright, round 4. Round 4 is 1 black, 2 blue, 1 black, 3 blues, 1, 2, 3 blues, 1 black, and then 2 blue. And that you just keep repeating. Okay, and you should be looking like this. You're starting to get your pattern. Okay, so 1, let's do it again. 1 black, 2 blues, 2 blues, 1 black, 3 blues, 1, 2, 3 blues, 1 black, and 2 blues. And that should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's 1 black, 2 blue, 1 black, 3 blue, 1 black, 2 blues. So you can go ahead and do that. Be sure that you do finish off with 2 blues at the end here. And then I'll meet you for the next row. Alright, row 5 is 2 black, 2 black, 2 blue, 1 black, 1 blue, 1 black, 2 blue, and 1 black. I mean, that's for round 5, so that's 2. So round 5 again is 2 black, 2 blue, 1 black, 1 blue, 1 black, 2 blue, and 1 black. And that should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we started with 2 black, 2 blue, 1 black, 1 blue, 1 black, 2 blue, and 1 black. And that gives you your next round. So you can go ahead and do that, and I'll meet you for the next round. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and do row 6. Okay, so now row 6 is 3 black, 1, 2, 3 black, and then 2 blue. And just remember, stretch this over loosely. 2 blue, and then it's 1 black. Okay, that's a little bit too loose. You can see that's a bit too loose. That's because I had my stitch marker in the way. So I'm just going to make it a little bit tighter. Whoops. Okay, so that was 3 black, 2 blue, 1 black, 2 blue, and 2 black. Okay, so you finished off with 2 black. Now your next pattern starts with 3 black. So you'll see now 3 plus 2 is going to give you 5 black. So if you want to go ahead and catch your other black, you can. So that gives me 1, 2, 3 blacks, and then 2 blue, 1 black, 2 blue, and then 2 blacks. Okay, now your next round, next set starts with 3 blacks. So I'm going to go ahead and catch mine. And you don't have to, you can just strand yours, that's not a problem. 1, 2, 3, and then 2 blue, 1 black, 2 blue, and 2 black. And then we do that again. So that is for round 6, and you can go ahead and do that, and I'll meet you back. Okay, round 7, we're going to do 2 black, 2 blue, whoops, 2 black, 2 blues, 1 black, 1 blue, 1 black, 2 blues, and 1 black. Okay, so once again 2 black, 2 blue, 1 black, 1 blue, 1 black, 2 blue, and 1 black. And that's what you're going to keep repeating. And you'll notice that this is slightly off here where your join is. It's just because your rows are, you know, when you do stripes you can do a jogless join, but when you're doing this you can't really do that. And it's fine, it's not the end of the world, it's pretty equal, it's not too bad of a join, but it's just because your one row is a little higher than the other. If you really want to, you can stretch this last stitch out a little bit and make this one a little tighter, and that will help it a bit, but it doesn't bother me, you know, no one's going to really notice it. So yeah, so let's keep going. Let's finish row 7 and I'll meet you back for round 8. Alright, so round 8 is 1 black, whoops, let's not lose my marker there, 1 black, 2 blue, 1 black, 3 blue, 1 black, and 2 blue. Okay, let's do it one more time. 1 black, 2 blue, 1 black, 3 blue, and then 1 black, whoops, 1 black and 2 blues. Okay, so that's not too hard a one. 1 black, 2 blue, 1 black, 3 blue, 1 black, 2 blues, 1 black, 2 blue, 1 black, 3 blue, 1 black, 2 blues. So you can go ahead and do that and I'll meet you back now. Okay, round 9. 2 blues, 1 black, 2 blue, 1 black, 2 blues, 1 black, and 1 blue. Make sure that is right. 2 blue, 1 black, 2 blue, 1 black, 2 blue, 1 black, and 1 blue. Okay, so 2 blues, 2 blues, 1 black, 2 blues, 1 black, 2 blue, 1 black, and 1 blue. Okay, so you can go ahead and do that round and I'll meet you back for the last round of this pattern. Alright, so this is round 10 and this is the last round of this pattern. Then you're just going to repeat these 10 rows that I've done with you. So this is 1 blue, 1 black, whoops, okay, 1 blue, 1 black, 2 blues, 3 black, 1, 2, 3 blacks, 2 blue, and 1 black. Okay, so let's do that again. 1 blue, 1 black, 2 blue, 3 black, 1, 2, 3 in the black, 2 in the blue, and 1 in the black. And that's the round 10. So 1 blue, 1 black, 2 blue, 3 black, 2 blue, 1 black, 1 blue, 1 black, 2 blue, 3 black, 2 blue, 1 black. Okay, so you can do that all the way around, and when you get to the end, that's round 10. Then I go ahead and do at least another 2 patterns. So you've got this one, and then go ahead and do it twice, 2 more times, and then I'll meet you back here and see where we go. Okay, so this is as far as I've gone, and you are wanting to do 3 full patterns from row 1 to row 10 3 times from the beginning. Okay, so you need to have done it 3 times. Round 1 to 10, 1 to 10, 1 to 10. This is row 10 of the 3rd time that I've done the pattern stitch. I changed my color on round 1. When I started round 1 on the 2nd time. Okay, so if you want to follow my colors, but do your colors the way you want to, but just in case you wanted to know, the 2nd time around on round 1 I changed my first color, and then on the 3rd round I changed my color on row 3, after row 3, on actually for row 4. Okay, so, and it's not important the way you're doing your colors unless you want it exactly like mine, but that's how you would do it there. And now I'm going to go with the 4th time. Okay, so this is now my 4th time. I'm starting round 1, and I'm going to go up to round 8. On round 9 we start increasing. So we're going to start increasing on round 9. Now I'm going to do a few more rows in this color. I'm actually not too sure how many. When I come back I'll tell you how many rounds I did in this color. But yeah, so that's what you need to know. So now I'm going to start with the 4th time around with my pattern stitch, and I'm going to finish with round 8. When I'm done with round 8 I'll meet you back here, and then we'll start decreasing. So you can go ahead and do that, and I'll meet you back.